Hello, everyone, and welcome to What If Deku Had a Transformation Quirk? And before we get started, I'm going to do like a little cleanup, like retcon thing. Um, I was reading some of your guys' comics, and one of the comments is by SDK Stories, and they make a great point. Just for stuff won't get confusing over the thing because I never really done something like this with a story before. I'm just gonna make Izuku was always a born female for just to avoid all the stuff because I'm gonna forget, and I'm just trying to make this story fluent and more coherent. So I'm just gonna forget that Izuku was born a boy in this, and I, I just don't. I'm just gonna avoid everything right now. Like, I apologize if you're hoping for kind of a guy kind of thing. Because I was like, I'm just cutting it out and making it. Zuko was born um female in this just to make the story flow a little better. Um, Thank you for understanding. Um, so, but other than that, I'm also just this episode will go a little bit more depth into Izuku's like middle school years, probably just like the end of the middle school year, and I really don't have any ships in mind, so it'll come to me later on. Um, but other than that, uh, let's just get started. So we're just going to start off. Sorry about that. We're just going to start off with her and obviously it's going to be Izumi from now on. So we're just going to start off with Izumi just doing some studying and trying to figure out like how the best way for her quirk, like sorry, um what's the word, so Zumi's in the room. Is like, how can I best work this out for like combat and all this stuff. So she is gonna train at Dagobah Beach because she believes no one's there, and as she's training out through out the middle school, she figures out the um that each of her other transformations have a small little different abilities, like because I don't know if I explained this, but like when Izumi becomes Yang, um she gets a strength boost and etc. So um and like with Weiss, she can control, have like the glyphs and stuff like that. So I don't know, remember if I said that in my video or not, but yeah. And because of this reason, side note, um, I'm probably going to given the one fall and to someone else. maybe Mirio, or I haven't decided yet who I'm going to give it to. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave it into the like comments below. But I'll probably figure something out before the next video. Anyway, enough stalling. So Izumi, um, is training with all the different forms. Figured like who's best suited for combat in this situation, and testing out all of her strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. And she does that through her whole um, middle school career. And she Zumi really she has some friends, but she really doesn't. She's kind of keeps to herself. Um, everyone thinks she's kind of weird because she can do the transformation. They kind of fully don't understand. It's like, is she acting when she transforms? They don't fully understand. It's like it's basically different personalities, different characters. So they she isn't to them to the classmate kind of comes off of maybe annoying sometimes. It's like that she doesn't have fully control of her quirk right now. And she gets in trouble by the teacher sometimes because you're not allowed to use your quirks without like getting your hero's license and stuff for that. So she gets in trouble with that a little bit. So another thing is the relationship with Bakugo is a little different. He's not really too much of a bully to Izumi. Um, he just they're friends, but like he just he kind of thinks the transform that's all she could do is just transform. So it's like that quirk is kind of pointless. So he bullies her about that. And what he doesn't know is Izumi's been training with all the different abilities and stuff like that. So, but overall, he just thinks Izumi's has a weak quirk. And so we'll start to So that's basically Izumi's middle school life. Nothing really eventful happens. Um, so we'll start with the actual uh lineup of the anime. Um, we'll start off with like the teacher doing his bit. I'm not going to go into it with the papers of the career test and stuff like that. And the teacher's like, we have two candidates for the oh my god, I'm blanking on the name, for the academia of and we have Bakugo and Izumi, and everyone kind of laughs at the idea of Izumi kind of going to that prestigious school, and this kind of frustrates Izumi a little bit, and her eyes glow red, and she transforms into Yang. She's like, "What's so funny about that? I'm gonna be a." She's a kind, and she's kind of angry, kind of frustrated with this. She's like, "I'm gonna be a great hero. You just wait and see." And then she, Izumi looks her like around, and she's like, does the deep breath. She's like, calm down in her mind, and she transforms back. And Baku just laughs. He's like, how are you gonna be a great hero if you can't even control your quirk properly? What happens when you're in combat and you change into someone who's useless? And then he's like, teach, don't waste my time. Don't let me in with all these losers. And he just gets up and like everyone's angry, but like this was at the end of the class, so the bell rings. Bakugo gets up, walks away, and Izumi is just trying to stay calm. She doesn't like being like looked down upon, so she's kind of in this like half stage of transforming back into Yang. Her eyes are glowing red, and her hair is a mixture of like green and yellow. But she calms down enough to describe her stuff and starts heading home. And the sludge incident is not gonna happen because Izumi just heads straight home to her room to um, working on her hero costume design and studying for the hero test to get into UA. I don't know why I called it academia before, but it's UA. But she studies, and so the sludge incident just doesn't really happen. Um, but yeah, so she doesn't meet All Might right away, and so she decides to finally like because she's been slowly cleaning up Dega Beach. I'm gonna say like it's been trash to so it's been finally like slowly being cleaned up over the years, but like it's been taking her until almost um her whole like middle school year to clean up Dega Beach. That's just how dirty it was. So she's like, tomorrow I'm going to train, and in a couple months I will have that stupid beach cleaned up. So she gets up early, does her routine, um, has breakfast, hugs her mom, and she goes off to train. And sorry, kind of blanked out a little bit, but sorry. Um, as she's walking to the beach at a regular spot, um she actually sees All Might there. And I know I said I'll reveal it in the next episode, but I just think this idea for All Might's successor would be really cool. So I know I said I'd probably give it to Mario, but this popped in my head, so I'm going to do this. So, um, so as All Might standing there, um, Izumi quickly gets really excited, quickly transforms into like just out of instinct, like because she's so excited, like seeing All Might, she transforms into Ruby, the Ruby form, and rushes up to him and says, "Oh my God, it's All Might! I can't believe you're here. Wait, um, I'm Zumi," and she has her hand out, and All Might's like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you, young one. young what's the last name? And she's like, Zumi's like, oh, my last name is Midoriya. It's like, uh, and she's stuttering, like I'm stuttering now. I'm trying to make it more interesting, but yeah, she's stuttering. She's just super excited, and like a sweat brow comes down to All Might. He's like, wow, this one has a lot of energy. Like All Might thinks to himself. He's like, anyway, young Midoriya, what brings you here? And Izumi's like, oh, she looks embarrassed, and she's like, I've been trying to clean this beach for a couple years now. I, it's well isolated, so I kind of just been cleaning the beach, like I said. And she has her hand behind her back, kind of doing that sheepishly embarrassed, like, yeah, I shouldn't tell him about my quirk. I'm just gonna right now. And All Might's like, oh, that's a good deed. Um, and how am I gonna do this? So he's like, well, if you don't mind, I have to help train um someone right now. So if you want to come back tomorrow, we'll be or if you, I apologize, young Midoriya, but you're gonna have to find someone else to train. And just as Izumi's like, oh, okay, it was very nice to meet you. Oh, can I have your autograph? And All Might's like, sure, sure thing, and does the autograph. And Zumi kind of walks away, kind of sad and disappointed that she can't train at the Dagobah Beach, and she's walking away. Um, Another girl, who's actually training on the beach, she was kind of far away at the moment. She was doing some laps around the beach, so she kind of, as Zumi walked away, she kind of ran up to All Might, and she's like, "Who was that?" Um, All Might's like, "Oh, it looks like a promising young student." Um, anyway, did you finish your warm up, uh, Miss Yana Rosu? And that's right, I'm giving Momo um All Might's quirk. And Momo's like, yes, All Might, I finished the warm up, and so All Might's like, good. Now let's clear the speech, and if you finish in time, I will pass down my abilities down to you. And um, yeah, that's their scene. And Izumi was walking away. She's like, "Dang it! I kind of screwed that painting up with All Might." She's like, "I know. Maybe I will come back tomorrow, and he said he'll be training there. So if I come back tomorrow, I can apologize for my weird behavior, and maybe I could get him to maybe it might be a long shot, but maybe he could probably train me up a little bit." She's like, "That's what I'll do." So tomorrow she gets up early. She goes back to the beach, and lo and behold, All Might's there, and she runs up to All Might. She's like, All Might, uh, I'm sorry for interrupting you. But would it be too much trouble if I can train with you just for day, just for today? And she gives a bow, and All Might like sighs like I don't know what I'm gonna do. And at this moment, he's like, "This is bad," because All Might's thinking in his mind. He's like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is kind of bad timing. I thought I got rid of this girl before." And just then a limo pulls up, and Momo walks up to All Might and kind of sees Izumi there, and Izumi's like, "Oh, are you also here to train with All Might?" And Momo's like, Yeah. And she kind of flubs up. He's like, "I'm. Are you? Oh, you here to train with All Might?" Um, I thought I was the only one who's gonna be the successor. She just Momo just blurts out like by accident. She kind of puts her hand behind, like covers mouth, and Izumi's like successor, and it clicks like a light bulb in Izumi's head. He's like, "Oh, you're All Might's people? That's so cool." He's like, and All Might's like, "Well," he's like, "if you could keep it a secret, that this young girl is training to be my successor, then you could train with us for the rest of the time we train until we clean up this beach." And he's always like, "Yes, that is so cool." And um, so yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it off for now. Um, this is um, what if Deku had a transformation quirk part one, and I hope you guys enjoyed this part. Sorry, it's kind of little all over the place. I'm trying to get back into the groove of doing videos again. Um, thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and all that jazz. I know people get tired of hearing it, but it really does help. So thank you so much. But next part, we'll do some training, some bonding with Momo, and I hope you guys enjoyed this part. Yet again, thank you so much for listening. Um, Goodbye and stay safe.